Here's another note about so-called crazy and the common person thinking they can evaluate someone else's mental problem. Look, there are things in the world that you have never saw, so you think they don't exist because for some reason you think, hey, if you haven't seen it or heard of it, it's no such thing. Like you've heard and seen and smelled every flower. No, you haven't. Nor have you seen every rock. Nor have you seen every animal or every insect. You haven't seen all of nothing. There is more things that you haven't seen and don't know a million times than what you do know. So don't be so quick to think because you don't know it, it ain't known or it doesn't exist. I'm going to give you an example. I just finished a note about talking to yourself. Let me tell you something else about the people you see talking to yourself. You think they're hearing voices in their mind? Is that what they told you about them and that they're crazy? Well, let me tell you from me what is going on if you see me sitting somewhere talking. You know how a person has a Bluetooth in their ear and you see them talking, but you don't hear anyone talking to them? They're just walking down the street looking like they're talking to themselves. That's why everybody started getting these big headsets and these mouthpieces because they're so worried about people talking to themselves. You know, people thinking they're talking to themselves. Feel me? Why? Because their sanity's in question. They wouldn't be worried about if people think they're crazy if they knew they wasn't crazy. I'm going to give you a real life example of something you cannot critique, analyze with your fucking eyeballs if you're looking right at it. Telepathy. I know I'm a telepath. When people are communicating telepathically, they have a bad habit of speaking out loud. Okay? So all you see is like the Bluetooth. You don't hear what the other person is saying. You just hear what that one person is saying, like they're sitting there talking to the air. This is telepathy. And because you know nothing about telepathy, you can't even communicate with your mouth, let alone with your mind. You can't even think straight, let alone reach out and touch someone else's brain except accidentally. Must I remind you that your hair is antennas and that if someone is sitting beside you, you be talking about Pinty, you owe me a Coke because you thought of the same thought? No, you didn't think of the same thought. One of you picked up on the other one's thought. This is real. It's not no fantasy. This is scientifically proven. People spend billions of dollars on this. Every billionaire has psychics. Check it out. You ain't gonna find one rich person on the planet who don't have a psychic. When you can buy anything, this is what you buy. Someone who could tell you what other people are thinking. Tell you what's getting ready to happen. Do you understand that? Well, I'm telling you the mechanics of this because you know nothing about it. I sometimes is sitting here, picture this. I'm sitting here thinking to someone else, right? They can hear me, okay? And they respond. And every third or fourth thought, I make a statement out loud, okay? It looks crazy. That's why I'm making this note. How many people have been mistaken for crazy when they had a Bluetooth on, okay? Someone like me in my driveway and outside, all these phones and microphones and wireless microphones I got. Nobody never see nothing but this one government phone. I carry at least 8 phones on me at all times, all right? And so, for some reason, all the crazies looking for someone to point at besides themselves in the mirror who they know that they're crazy. So they're looking for someone crazier than them. They know that they're stinky, so they're looking for someone who smells worse than them. They know all their faults, and they're looking for no matter how low they are, they're always looking for someone lower to look down their nose at, okay? So I understand all that, but I'm telling you You don't have the ability, the brain power, nor enough information to analyze some things with your eyeballs. And just like a magic trick, your eyes can be deceived. How many times has a magician fooled your fucking eyes? Admit it. So seeing is not believing. That's a stupid person's way talking about seeing is believing. Show me. I'm from the show me state. I can show you a magic trick and you'll swear it's real. But it's not. But in your mind it is. So that seeing crap don't work. We got a note on that too, and this isn't it. This note is on. Let's make it, since we started, let's make it about mental illnesses that aren't mental illnesses. Like I just told you about telepathy. Misunderstood, misstuff. Let me tell you about another one, okay? People thinking that they're hearing voices, right? And the only thing they have is an ear infection. Only thing they have is ear damage. I got one of my ears damaged, right? And the wind was blowing real hard one night, and it sounded like someone whispering in my ear. I mean, real words. And I realized some of them people who were hearing voices weren't crazy. They just had a damaged ear. And when the wind blows in it, it sounds like people talking like some brand new jeans rubbing together. When you hear jeans rubbing together, you be like, who said that? Who said that? Remember? The ketchup story? Kid got some brand new clothes, going to the party, got a brand new pair of crispy jeans, walking by himself. And the kid's walking, right? And it's dark. And he hears someone say, catch him. He said, what was that? So he walks a little bit faster and says, catch him, catch him. And he stops. He takes a few more steps. And they say, catch him, catch him, catch him. And he stops again. He doesn't hear anything or see anything. So he breaks out running, and they're saying, catch him, 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 catch him. And he runs, and he breaks in the door, and he says, somebody's following me, somebody's following me. They're trying to get me. Everybody looks outside and did all that. Then he goes outside, and he walks 2 steps down the steps, and his jeans said, catch him. He said, did you hear that? And everyone looked at him. They said, it's your jeans, dummy. That's what I'm saying about having a damaged ear. You could think you hear voices, and it's nothing but ear damage. You're not insane. Don't let them sell you that.